Bugsy, what's wrong? I. It's like I hear the sounds of 1,000 tunes writhing in agony, and and all of a sudden, there's nothing but silence. Oh my. Oh, I don't know nothing about that, but Bugsy, they're going. They're going to. They're going to take down Toontown to add this new Star Wars Land thing. I know, that's what I sensed. Why did you do the whole Star Wars thing? It doesn't make any goddamn sense. Oh, it does. It does. Oh, it feels good to have our stuff back, doesn't it, Ani? Well, actually, yes. It really does. Can't get Open Broadcaster back for the life of me, so I don't know what we're gonna do with that. Oh, we'll figure something out. Maybe we'll buy fraps, you know, for like, maybe we'll buy like fraps or something. We'll do that for like the bigger games. For like our emulator stuff, we can just do it from there. But it doesn't matter, Bugsy. They taking our Toontown, man. They're taking our Toontown. Remember all the memories, man? We'd ride that rabbit ride whenever the family would go to freaking Toontown. That'd be that'd either be the second or first place that'd be like the second place we'd go. All the memories, going to Mickey Mouse's house, all that stuff. See, this is actually pretty sad because it's the end of our memories. Well, not the end of our memories, but you know. Oh God, yeah. But let's be cool about this, eh, buds? Oh God, sorry that we're not doing loads of doing Saturday afternoon. I got up early. I had to get this new antivirus program on my computer. I didn't, yeah. So yeah, early start today. Got to tell you, but tomorrow, me and the guys are doing a little something special. We're gonna have ourselves, boys. We're gonna have ourselves a double feature. And now we can't show wolf children, so don't ask. Although that would be pretty cool, but YouTube would be like, no. So it'd have to be something old. Something old that we can show. Probably would show one of the old Slayer movies. I mean, we show like half of the trilogy on just TV, you know, doing our little mock-off shtick. So we'll do that. Oh, but we're not gonna. So no doing Oh My Goddess. No, why do you want to do Oh My Goddess? For reasons. Man, I ain't gonna put you through that. Thought you were going to. No. Trust me, one of us relived one of the horrible points of our lives, and I don't want you to relive yours. But Toontown's gonna be gone on. Oh God, Bugsy, can we look at Toontown one more time? But dude, it's a rumor, right? So it may not be true. Bugsy. It may not be true. Bugsy. Dude, if it is, Bugsy, if it is, we got no choice. Aw, man, why you gotta be like that? Dude, I'm just preparing us for the inevitable. If that happens, okay? Well, and sorry for the fanboy in the background. My cuz is asleep, and basically we're just kind of chilling right now, doing freaking videos again. With our cam studio. So we're gonna do crap You gotta freaking watch. You gotta freaking comment on stuff. So, me and Bugsy were looking at Phaelus and Lupa's video on Tinder Loving Care. I'm like, Adi, you know psychology. You know psychology better than I do. What do you... Okay, you know this better than I do. I have nothing to say about this. But is it okay for someone to play in their delusions of a person that they lost being alive? Well, to be honest, Bugsy, it would cause more problems. It would cause more problems than anything else, to be quite honest, because, you know, that nurse is indulging in this person's fantasies, and she doesn't need to be indulged in her fantasies, man. What she needs is just to try and recover. By saying that the kid is still alive, you're bringing her down even more. Plus, that was their interactive DVD, and plus, you see like notes, and she says she wants to like bang her because she looks like one of her former lovers or whatever. So I'd say she's more in on her sales or something. But it's a bad idea. It's a bad idea. It's a bad idea all around, to be quite honest. I mean, I don't want to be that kind of guy that goes like, yeah, you shouldn't do that. That's a bad idea. But, yeah. It's kind of a bad thing. So... Why can't they get rid of the California Adventure with Cards, the Cards one? Because they just built that. They can't get rid of that. They just built that. Plus, Cards 3 is coming sometime in the near future. They want to keep that. They want to keep that for like advertising. Why can't we just get rid of It's a Small World after all? Bugsy, they ain't never gonna get rid of that, okay? I'm sorry, man. I don't like it, it's a world of stupidness, and the song will never leave my fucking head. Wanna scream, wanna scream, wanna scream, wanna scream, it's a small world after all. Don't freaking watch Escape from Tomorrow. It will make you hate this ride even more. So freaking, if you have your sanity intact, don't look at that freaking movie while you think about It's a Small World after all. The freaking tune will never leave. It will never fucking leave. It's a fucked world. It's a world of Bugsy being mad at this thing, sitting around. You know, Bugsy. So, you know what? So, man. I remember we had our way. We saw Fantastic Four in the movie. Me and Bugsy watched me a little bit of it, and we were just like, no. Yeah, I mean, I'd rather watch the older ones that are goofy, because at least they had something. Hey, Bugsy. How'd you like that bread bowl? I mean, that cheese boat. Oh, that was delicious. Like, they were making really good. I freaking ate half of that cheese boat, so I'm not even really hungry. So, are we going live next Saturday? Yeah, of course. But I watched the new little thing they replaced Kill the Kill with. I was planning to watch it initially when it came on, but you know, I had my nephew. I had our nephew in my room, and you know, there are bloody scenes in TNA, and he didn't need to see that. See, Buzz is a freaking uncle, and he freaking understands. Like, yeah, the kitchen see like TNA and blood. Why can't parents understand that shit? Don't blame the network. Blame yourself for not. Blame yourself for freaking. Blame yourself.
You all know how the Batman died, but is Gotham's Dark Knight really dead? Hey, what's happening, gamers? I'm K-Wing, and I'm gonna do my best to explain this ending, so hang tight. Oh, and this video is, of course, spoilers for Batman Arkham Knight.
Batman found a way to work with that fear toxin he probably has in Scarecrow's.
And we're back. Now, over the course of the game, we've been given many different hints to the fate of the Batman. Now, Bruce Wayne, in a sense, is dead. I strongly believe that. But he died a long time ago when he was 8 years old. That's when Batman was born. From that point on, Bruce Wayne became a mask, a false identity, if you will. I first had this theory during Arkham Origins. In fact, Alfred kind of helped fuel my point during Batman's first encounter with the Joker and his assassins. He said that Batman was heading down a self-destructive path and was always ignoring Bruce Wayne's responsibilities and his life. All Bruce cared about was his quest. And Alfred and Bruce butt heads a lot in that game, and he gets confronted over so many things, because Bruce Wayne is more concerned about his creation, the Batman. Alfred then eventually gives in and says, you know, this isn't a fight that Batman can do alone, and he'll need to enlist allies into his cause. So Alfred, then Lieutenant James Gordon, and others join Batman's quest. Though much of the Arkham timeline has yet to be filled in, maybe that'll be later games by WB Games Montreal, or it'll just be over. But Batman's methods became softer over time when he stepped into the light. Though there's no evidence to prove this, I really believe when Batman brought Tim Drake into the fold, that he created his ultimate contingency plan, the Nightfall Protocol. A means to protect his allies should his identity be exposed or something happen to him. Though only Alfred and Batman would know of its existence. It wasn't until the events of Arkham Knight that Batman thought about finding his successor or activating his failsafe. Because for the first time since he was a little kid, Batman was starting to fear, and fear was starting to win. Once he hands himself over to the Scarecrow, he knows that it's over. And it's sad in a way, because both Bruce Wayne and Batman have been struggling for dominance his entire life, and Batman won. Bruce tried to do some really good things as Bruce Wayne, bringing awareness to the Arkham City thing, and later using his vast wealth and influence to help James Gordon become Gotham's new mayor. So before I show the evidence that Batman lives, let me be very clear. Batman definitely faked his death and is now fully dedicated to his mission. Similar to Frank Miller's The Dark Knight Returns and Nolan's Dark Knight Rises, Gotham needed Batman to become more than what he was. While Nolan's film gave Bruce Wayne the right to live and a proper send-off, we all know Wayne can't have a happy ending, because he can't let go of what happened to him. He's consumed by it. Every fiber of his being screams for vengeance. So he was never able to move on as a person. But I will say this, he's helped other people through their pain, like Dick Grayson and Tim Drake, catching the people responsible for killing their parents. But Bruce, he has no hope, unlike his Robins. This ending has caused numerous theories to spring up involving a new Batman since, the ending. Either being, of course, Azrael, Dick Grayson, or Jason Todd, though I have a different idea. It's definitely the original Batman that we see during this ending, and not a Robin. Jason is Red Hood now and wears a bird on his chest proudly, showing that he's back in the Bat family, though he uses lethal force on more than one occasion, but he's still continuing Batman's mission. Dick, on the other hand, wouldn't be Batman in this universe. He lives outside of Batman's shadow. Going from what we've seen in the game, too, he wouldn't really take up the mantle of the Bat. Azrael is the only possibility that was hinted during the main game. He knows Batman to a T.
I will say this. Just that moment where freaking Batman tells, Dick, I'm done. This is like the last night I'll be Batman, really. I'm done. And he's like, I know what you mean, Bruce. You're not gonna give up. You never give up. I was like, really? Really gonna pull this sentimental crap on me? Because I can tell you this, guys. Dick Grayson, Nightwing, he never hated Bruce. He really does see Bruce as a father, and he's always seen him like that. Even though they never really said it. You always felt that. You always felt that. Whenever I would read it, yeah, you felt it. I was like, in every moment, every time that ever gets brought up in like one way or another, like, let's talk about injustice for a minute, even though how unpleasant it really gets. So, Dick Grayson got killed because Boston Brand, as Dead Man, died. And he chose his successor, and that was Dick Grayson. And basically, what had happened was, freaking, Dick was helping him out, and then he kind of died or faded away. But he's like, you trained me into a hero, and all this other stuff, and he just says, I love you, Dad. And I was like, see, anybody who says that Nightwing kind of hated Batman, guys, I gotta tell you, that's a lie. That is a lie. Because seriously, he loved Bruce. He did. Like, and you could see it. You could definitely see it, and especially in that scene, you could definitely see him just going like, who's gonna protect Gotham if you're gonna go? Like, what happens to you then? I just was like, and since the last thing of the game, the last game, I was like, you can hear me almost like about to cry, saying, "See you, buddy." Like, it's a very emotional moment. It's a very emotional, impactful kind of moment. Personally, yeah, so, yeah, Batman is full, like, Bruce is full on Batman. Now, there is no Bruce Wayne. There's just Batman.
His tactics, his predator abilities, detective, everything.
I do hope, while this season pass I have is still valid, I hope they make a DLC with the aftermath of this, because I really would like to see how the other Bat family actually handles all this. Like, they saw Bruce's, like, everybody on the news saw Bruce's the Bruce Wayne estate blown up. So I want to see how y'all handle that. If they do kind of a follow up to the story, if they
Alfred
do.
says the guy is very impressive.
I mean, I don't have to make a new game. Just make some DLC
candidate.
for that.
But depending on what you do in the game, Michael Lane has two outcomes, none of which are proven canon yet by Rocksteady, by the way. Either he fights his programming and leaves Gotham to confront the Order, or he tries to kill Batman and rots in prison. Either way, that's not Azrael at the end using fear gas on criminals. The Nightmare Batman shown at the end is the same Crane sees, which is Batman, Bruce Wayne. Mm-hmm. How did he survive? Would he really kill his surrogate father, though, by blowing himself up? Or did Calendar Man really kill Bruce Wayne? And I know that's what you're thinking, so let's put the Dorian Day theory to rest right now. Even if Calendar Man discovered Batman's true identity, which is possible, he couldn't have blown up the manor for two reasons. One, both the Batplane and the manor detonate at the same time, folks. How could Calendar Man be at both places at once? When the Batwing, first of all, has been flying all over the city. Unless he knows Bizarro, placing a bomb on that thing is going to be impossible. Also, any foreign object that is placed on the Batwing is going to be neutralized right away because it's going to detect something wrong. Number 2, Wayne Manor is a fortress. Thugs constantly remind the player during the course of the game that Bruce Wayne is wicked hard to steal from because it's like trying to break into Fort Knox. His security systems are the best in the world. Calendar Man is just a crazy serial killer, not a master thief who could bypass Wayne's almost invincible security system. Okay, so we've gotten that squared away. On to why Batman faked his death, and it's really simple, ladies and gentlemen. Because it was to protect his family. Once again, we look to...
And basically, because everybody knew who Batman was, he needed to be a symbol again. I mean, everybody knew his face. I mean, I really didn't understand it, but when I really took a minute and just thought about it, it's because he needs to be a symbol again. He isn't... Because let's face it, guys. Batman was scarier to criminals because they didn't know who he was. But if they could actually place a face to Batman as, you know, rich playboy Bruce Wayne, he's not as scary. And it's apparent when you get Penguin and he basically says, you know, you're not as scary as... He basically, the gist of it is like, you're not as scary. You're not scary now because now everybody knows who you are. So, boom. So he needed Batman to be a So Bruce needed Batman to be a symbol again. And the only way for him to do that, ladies and gentlemen, was to fake his own death. Now with Bruce Wayne being dead, Batman can go full time protecting Gotham City.
Alfred for the answers of this clue. For the first time in the game, he speaks with emotion when asking the player numerous times if you really want to activate the failsafe, the Nightfall Protocol, because it would mean the end of everything. There's no coming back from it. The password is, of course, Martha Wayne, which is Bruce Wayne's mom, and the way that Batman says it, you can hear the kind of sadness in his voice as he activates it. So he knows that there's no coming back once he does it. Then Alfred just has to wait for Bruce's final word before he activates the system. This is an ingenious plan that gets rid of both Bruce Wayne and Batman, and is something that only Batman could come up with. Another confirmation to Batman faking his death is during the side missions, where he says farewell to his allies. Let's watch some. So, here's the part where you tell
me... Oh, he actually shows it.
I'm proud of you, Dick.
Are you feeling okay?
This is the end. This is the last time we meet.
Don't talk like that.
Oh, come on, guys. This is sad to me. Like...
Nothing stops you.
Keep Bloodhaven safe. Promise me.
It's okay, Bruce. I get it. You just don't want me hanging around, stealing the limelight.
Dick.
I won't let you down.
And timeout.
God
Notice how
damn.
Batman is telling Grayson how he's pretty much finished. And Dick is like, whoa, hold on a sec. No, you're not. You'll come back from this. You always do. And Bruce is just saying, you know, you're okay to carry on my legacy as Nightwing and keeping Bloodhaven safe, so promise me. And personally, I think he should have just handed over the cowl to Dick anyway, but going by the games and the Nightfall ending, it's not possible to do a Battle for the Cowl game, even though I would totally write one. Also, in this universe, Nightwing has forged his own path, and Bruce is proud of him for that. You know,
Man,
like a father's
I want
proud
a Battle
of
of
his
the
son.
Cowl
And
game.
deep
That
down,
would be
Grayson
so
knows
epic.
something's up, but he goes back to his city per Batman.
Oh man, that would have been so epic if they would have just went with Batman faking his own death. They would have went into a Battle of the Cowl kind of thing. But that would only work if Batman actually was gone. Like if he actually did die. But yeah, it don't matter. I hear Rocksteady might be making a Superman game, so who knows? I mean, we don't know. I don't know. Maybe they will, and maybe it won't suck. Maybe this Superman game won't suck complete donkey balls. You know, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it might be good. I can't believe that scene always chokes you up. Honey, every time I see that thing.
Last request.
Because
On
again,
to
I know these
Catwoman.
characters.
Play
I know these characters well,
Not playing at all.
really well. So it's just how they are.
That's supposed to mean.
It means this is the end, Selena.
Then it turns the fan
means we
down a
can.
little bit so people can hear us.
I can.
I will see you again, right?
No one will.
Okay.
Gotham needs something more. Something worse to defend her. She needs a new myth. A legend more powerful than I can be right now. A legend that can only rise from the ashes of the Batman.
Some things you can't do alone, Bruce.
At least you could.
And this is very important as well. After you defeat the Riddler, Catwoman realizes something is amiss, as you saw. Batman isn't playing around anymore. He mentions to Selina how Gotham needs something darker to protect it. Something more than he can be right now. It needs a new myth, a new legend, a new Batman. But Bruce, he can't be that symbol anymore.
Alright. Guys, give us a minute. We're gonna pause.
He's going to be okay.
Jesus.
Look after him, Jim.
How are we doing? We're doing pretty good, Bugs. We're doing pretty good. We're doing good like Cleghorns, you know what I mean? What the fuck does that mean? I have no idea.
Been a good friend. The best I could ask for. You were there at the beginning. And now, you get to see how it ends.
Alright, as for the ending scene which you just saw, this is important as well. See how Bruce asked Jim to look after his family, Robin and the other heroes, etc.? When Jim agreed, he took the responsibility off Batman. Now Jim is the one who will take care of these kids. On the GCPD rooftop, Batman calls Alfred and activates the Nightfall protocol after saving Gotham completely. And again, he does this to keep his family safe, but at the same time, he unshackles Batman's restraints. Okay, so you guys understand what's going on? Let's look at one more thing. Let's rewind just a little bit. After Bruce has given in fully to the fear toxin and Joker took control of his mind, Bruce Wayne died. Joker won. Batman's greatest fear of turning into the Joker or a killer is now happening. But you're forgetting one important thing. Now that the Joker is in the driver's seat, when Scarecrow drugs him again, Mr. J, even though he thinks he's, toxin-proof, which he isn't, is now having his greatest fears play in his mind. And guess what? Joker's mind is way too weak compared to Batman's, and fear overtakes him. And this is also important. The identity that confronts and defeats the Joker is not Wayne. It's Batman. And that's who returns. Just watch this interaction between Scarecrow and Bruce. You'll see what I'm talking about.
Do you understand, Gotham? You have no savior. life is meaningless.
Yeah, I loved it when he said that because, well, you're afraid. You're afraid, you friggin'. I use fear as a weapon, but I never thought for a minute that I would ever get hit with my own fear toxin. Hasn't he got hit with his own fear toxin before, Bugs? Prior to this? In any version of Batman's reality? I think once, but I think that was only in the cartoon. I'm not really entirely sure on that.
What's wrong? Scared.
Did you see how he shows no emotion whatsoever? There's no fear. There's nothing but this stone-cold gaze. That's Batman. He is vengeance. He is the night personified. Bruce Wayne is gone, and the Bat is now free. Only one last thing remains is to get rid of Bruce Wayne and Batman for good, and then Batman can go about his business. And of course, you know how the rest goes. The manor blows up, everybody thinks Batman's dead, and even the criminals go back to business as normal. So yes, I strongly believe that is the real Batman at the end. Not a ghost or a criminal's imagination playing tricks on them due to a long-term exposure to Crane's fear toxin. It's not a hallucination. It is Batman. And another thing that a lot of people aren't happy with, he is weaponizing Crane's gas. It's probably not the same stuff that Crane used, mind you. The dosage is probably a little weaker because there's innocent people nearby, but it's still the fear stuff. If you're still unsure that's Batman at the end, the Joker during the ending gives you one last clue, and that's while he's singing. Now remember, he's locked inside Batman's subconscious, so how could he be singing if Batman is really dead? So in the end, with the city no longer corrupted by bad cops and corrupt politicians and super criminals, Gotham has a bright future ahead of it. Batman is back to how he started, folks, an urban legend. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're done. In the comment section below, tell me what your theory about the Nightfall ending was. And if you agree or disagree with me, feel free to open the floodgates of discussion and talk with me. Thanks for watching this video, and don't forget to bat punch that like button.
But I do think it's gonna go like, I mean, if they did want to go further with this, Batman at some point will get old and probably have to have another Batman. Ergo, it may just go like Batman Beyond, but with the Arkhamverse doing different things, who knows? Personally, I'd like to see a Batman Beyond game. I would love nothing more than to play a Batman Beyond game, and not the one I have on my freaking emulator. No. Something like the Arkham series. Something exactly like the Arkham series, but a lot more different and a lot more futuristic and stuff like that. I would like to see that. But I saw the ending, and I'm not even done with the game, but I saw the ending because I know I'm not gonna get this I'm not gonna get the whole ending of the Nightfall Protocol. So I know this. But to be quite honest, I think the way it ended was pretty cool. Because Batman starts where he began. He was an urban legend. Because when he first started, people didn't even know he existed. People thought like, oh, did you hear? Some dude dressed up as some Batman freaking took some of the small boss's dudes. And some dude would be like, dude, that's just a legend. That you're just hearing things. Oh, you're just seeing things. That's how that would go. Basically. So yeah, Batman's back to being an urban legend. Well, my thing is, my overall take of this whole thing, because it's pretty much established that maybe Batman and Superman probably know each other in the Arkhamverse, in the Batman Arkhamverse. And if they are making a new Superman game, will Batman's supposed death, will that be referenced? Will it be referenced? That's what I want to know. Well, or will we have like Superman going like, nah, Bruce is still alive. He's still alive. You know, but I ain't gonna talk about that. I ain't gonna talk about that game until if it comes out. Because we don't know if it's coming out or not, or if that's or the picture that we did see was a teaser screen to a new Injustice game, which I would also like to see. So yeah, we don't know. We're kind of in the dark, folks. But I wanted to kind of do this video because, one, we haven't done anything, and two, just a little something to tell you over and to tell you. Also, I'm back, kids. I'm back and I love it. So I'll see you guys later. Bye, folks. It's me, onsokumaru. I didn't say anything throughout this whole entire video. Only little stuff. See you guys later.